Happyrun just launched their newest F18 electric mid-drive dirt bike, and on paper, this thing sounds like an absolute beast. They're claiming up to 46 miles per hour, a 6,000 watt peak motor, and 245 Newton meters of torque. But the real question is, can it actually deliver once we get it out and ride it?
What's up guys, this is Daddy O from the O family, and if you're new here, we do product reviews, family vlogs, and fun challenges.
Is that so?
So make sure to subscribe, like, hit the notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. Today we're checking out something brand new from Happyrun, the all new F18 electric dirt bike with a mid-drive motor.
Cool!
We worked with Happyrun before, and they've honestly been one of our favorite companies to work with. So when they asked if you wanted to review this new F18, I was like,
oh, say less.
Absolutely. This is their new 60 volt flagship model with a claimed top speed of up to 46 miles per hour, up to 60 miles of range.
No way!
And a 6,000 watt peak mid-drive motor.
That's crazy.
So today we're going to unbox it, assemble it, go over the features, take it for a ride, and then I'll give you my honest thoughts at the end. So let's get to it. Alright, so as usual, let's clip this up. And this one's nicely packaged. It's one of those thick, heavy-duty box. There we go.
Nice.
As you can see, the bike was packaged really well. There's a lot of styrofoam and a bunch of zip ties holding everything in place, which is always nice to see because it helps keep everything protected, so hopefully nothing gets damaged during shipping. So let's go ahead and cut everything open and take a closer look. And here it is.
Wow.
And I've got to say, wow, this thing looks mean. Right out of the box, the F18 already has a very aggressive look to it, and it definitely gives off that serious dirt bike vibe. I'm loving the way this thing looks already. Here we've got the front tire, and you can see it has a pretty deep tread pattern, which should be nice for rougher terrain. Over here is the front number plate, the front fender, and then inside this smaller box is where all the extra parts and accessories are. So in here, we've got the tools, the F18 owner's manual, on the front brake rotor that we'll need to install. And I've noticed Happyrun usually has you install that part yourself on their bikes, plus some extra screws, bolts, and washers. We've also got the LCD display, the headlight, the mounting bracket for the headlight and screen, and over here is the charger, which is a 67.2 volt 3.7 amp charger. And just to quickly explain that, even though this is a 60 volt bike, the charger shows 67.2 volts because that's the full charging voltage when the battery is fully topped off. So that's totally normal, and that's pretty much everything included in the box. So now let's go ahead and get this thing put together. Alright, now that we've got everything laid out, let's go ahead and start putting the F18 together and see how hard this setup actually is. First, I started with the front brake rotor. Make sure the black circle side is facing up, then go ahead and screw that into the front wheel. After that, I removed the hex screws from the frame so I could install the metal bracket that holds the headlight and the display. Next up was the handlebar. I took off the top clamps, set the handlebar into place, put the clamps back on, and tightened everything down so it stays secure. You can also adjust the handlebar position to whatever feels best for you. Then it was time to install the front wheel. I removed the axle bar, lined the wheel up with the front suspension, and slid the axle through. Mine was being a little stubborn, so I had to tap it through a bit, but once it was in, I just tightened everything down on the sides. After that, I moved on to the front brake caliper. I removed the screws, lined the brake up with the rotor, and mounted it back onto the frame. Just make sure everything is lined up right and tightened down nice and secure. Next, I installed the front fender underneath the fork, and then after that I mounted the front number plate. Once that was done, I installed the headlight onto the front bracket, then mounted the display on that same setup. After that, it was just a matter of connecting the wires for the headlight and the screen, and then mounting the power button control onto the handlebar. In the back, I went ahead and installed the taillight onto the rear bracket. Now this next part was a little tricky. I had to use the longer screw along with the bolts and washers to secure the rear body panel so it wouldn't move around. Once I got one side done, I just repeated the same thing on the other side, and that's pretty much it. The nice thing is you don't have to mess with the foot pegs or the kickstand since those already come pre-installed. Overall, the assembly process really wasn't too bad, and once everything was together, the bike looked really good. Now that the F18 is fully put together, let's take a closer look at what this thing is working with before we take it out for a ride. According to Happyrun, the F18 comes with a 60 volt 30 amp hour battery, a 6,000 watt peak mid-drive motor, and a claimed 245 newton meters of torque. They also claim up to 46 miles per hour and up to 60 miles of range, which on paper sounds pretty wild. For stopping power, you've got hydraulic brakes, and for comfort, full suspension, which is definitely what you want on something with this kind of power. It also comes with a half-twist throttle, LCD display, chain drive, IPX5 water resistance, and a 300-pound max payload. The bike itself weighs 125 pounds net, so this thing definitely has some real size and presence to it. Happyrun says the recommended rider height is anywhere from 3'11" to 6'1", and the seat height comes in at 26.5 inches. So while it does fit a pretty wide range of riders, I'd still say if you're around 5'6" and under, it may feel a little tall, depending on your comfort level and experience. And with the 17-inch front and 14-inch rear tire setup, it definitely has that true mini dirt bike stance.
Alright guys, before we take it out for a spin, let me show you a few button functions here on the bike. On the right side, there's a big battery here. You turn that on, switch that on, and here is the power button. On the right side, you hold that for a few seconds. That turns on the bike. You got the nice color LCD display, and on the screen it shows miles per hour, the speedometer, and shows the voltage of the battery, 65 volt. And on the bottom we got the trip odometer. Right now this is a brand new bike they just sent us, so it's got 0 miles on it. And on the left side we got on and off switch, the headlight button. Let me show you how bright the headlight. You switch that on. As you can see, this is super duper bright headlight.
The sun is shining on me.
And on the back we do have tail light.
Cool.
And it does come with the turn signal. You can see on the back side.
Nice.
Right turn signal. And it does come with a loud horn. There's a button down here. Pretty loud. On the right side, plus and minus button. Mode 1. Mode 2. Mode 3 is the highest you can go. This does come with the half twist throttle. It's not a full throttle. On the left side is the rear brake, and on the right side is the front brake. Also, there's an advanced setting. If you hold the plus and minus button for a few seconds, as you can see, it's P1, that's miles per hour. If you look in the manual book, it does show you what P1 stands for. You guys can go see if you need to adjust something. Manual book will explain it. And that's pretty much it, guys. I think we are ready to take this bad boy out for a spin. Beautiful day, but it is super windy right now. Let's go ahead and turn the bike on. Hold the power button for a few seconds. We are on 0 mode at the moment. Screen, usually the Happyrun screens are really hard to see direct sunlight. This is an improvement from their other models, but it's still not bright enough, but I can see it. That's the important part. All the models I reviewed, the screens are really tough to see, but this one I can see it, not as clear. The bike, when I sat on the bike, it sank down just a little bit, and I do feel that this is a little bit on the smaller side. When I stand against it, it felt taller, but once I sat down, it feels a little small. That's what I noticed. So let's go ahead and put it on mode 1. Remember, this is a half twist throttle on the right. Already up to 5 miles. Oh, right away I went up to 18. What was it? 245 newton meter torque. It's very torquey for sure. It's 18 already. Mode 1. Brake is excellent. All right, let me try mode 2. Oh my gosh. You do feel the instant torque. Front wheel almost pops up. I can pop a wheelie here. Whoa! 28 already.
Whoa.
This thing is fast. Oh my god. It stops at 28. Oh man. I've had reviewed dirt bikes and all the e-bikes before, I think this might be one of the fastest, actually the fastest.
Oh, really?
That I have reviewed on this channel. I mean, it's instant. As soon as I twist the throttle, 28. It is a pretty loud bike, which I expected with that big chain and the motor. I'm gonna go to mode 3. That's the highest it will go. And they said it could go up to 46 miles, 45. So I'm gonna have to try to go on the main road here so I don't get in trouble in the neighborhood. Hopefully there's no cops. Let's see here. Oh God. Woo. 35, 40, 45.
Whoa!
Wow. 45 was instant. This is super fun. Whoa. 45. It starts right at 45.
Nice.
It is so windy. Wow. Go down a mode here because it's too fast for the sidewalk. Man. Yep, this is definitely the fastest bike I have reviewed on this channel. Going up to 45 miles per hour, instant. There's no build-up. I mean, it just goes. And this is a fun bike. Going up the hill, even mode 1, there's no problem. There's a lot of torque. Maybe mode 2. Oh, huge difference from mode 1 to mode 2, mode 3. Obviously, full suspension like this, we gotta test out the bumpy road here. So let's do it, guys.
Once I got the F18 out here, I'm not gonna lie, this thing is a blast. It feels fast, powerful, and just super fun to ride. And even on bumpy roads and this hilly, grassy area, the ride stayed way smoother than I expected. That big rear coil shock is definitely doing its job, because instead of feeling every little bump, it almost feels like you're riding on a trampoline. That's how soft and smooth it feels. But at the same time, the bike still feels easy to control, which gives you a lot more confidence when you start picking up speed. Honestly, this is the kind of bike where you lose track of time. You just keep riding, keep smiling, and before you know it, you've been out here way longer than you planned. I could seriously ride something like this for hours.
Alright, after riding the Happyrun F18, all I can say is wow. This thing is an absolute blast to ride. If you're the kind of person who likes speed, power, and the mini dirt bike feel, while still feeling planted and in control, this bike is definitely going to get your attention.
Oh, really?
But just like any bike, it's not perfect, and these are just my own personal thoughts after spending time with it. So let's start with the cons first.
Okay.
The first con is the weight. This bike comes in at about 125 pounds net, so it's definitely not something I'll call light. With big battery and all that power, that's kind of expected. But just know this is not going to be the easiest bike to load in and out of a car by yourself. Number 2, if you're looking for a relaxed everyday cruiser or a simple commuter, this probably wouldn't be my first pick. To me, this bike is much more about fun, power, and then aggressive dirt bike style experience than it is about casual everyday riding. Number 3, with this much power and torque, I personally would not recommend this for younger teens, total beginners, or anybody who isn't confident handling something fast. This is the kind of bike I'd rather see in the hands of more responsible and experienced rider. And number 4, Happyrun did improve the display, which I do appreciate, but in direct sunlight, I still wish it were a little brighter. Now onto the pros, because honestly, there's a lot to like here. Number 1, the biggest standout is definitely the power. With 60 volt system, 6,000 watt peak mid-drive motor, and a claimed 245 newton meters of torque, this is easily one of the most intense bikes I've reviewed on this channel. Number 2 is the styling. Now I know this look won't be for everybody, but if you're into mini dirt bikes and more aggressive looking rides, this thing looks awesome. Number 3, the suspension felt really good. Even when I was riding over rougher sections, it soaked things up way better than I expected. it, and it made the ride feel super smooth. The bike is listed with full suspension, hydraulic fork, hydraulic plus spring rear shock, which matches this impression. Number 4, those hydraulic brakes did a great job, and with a bike that can reach this kind of speed, that's exactly what you want. And number 5, even though the bike looks aggressive, a little tall at first, once you actually sit on it, it feels a lot more approachable than you might expect. The seat height is 26.5 inches, and Happyrun says it fits riders from 3'11" up to 6'1", so it does cover a pretty wide range. So overall, if you're somebody who wants something fun, fast, powerful, and way more exciting than your average e-bike, the Happyrun F18 is definitely worth a look. At the time I'm filming this, the MSRP is listed $24.99, but it's currently on sale for $15.99.
No way.
On Happyrun's website, and they're also showing an early bird code, new F18, for an extra $100 off.
That's awesome.
I'll put the product link down in the description below so you can check it out. And as always, when you use the links in the description, it helps support our channel and we really appreciate it. Big thanks again to Happyrun for sending this over and working with us again on another review. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future reviews, family adventures, and fun challenges. And definitely let me know down in the comments, would you ride the Happyrun F18?
Maybe.
And what do you think about it?
I like you a lot.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.